Okay. I'm gonna give this a second to make sure it's working. I say this every week, but technology is not always my friend. Oh, good morning, Sonia. Thank you for sharing. I'm so happy to know this is working. All right, let me just quickly share this to my group. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Sue. Okay, here we go. Good morning, Shirley. Good morning, Natalie. How is everybody? How has everybody's weekend been? You know, my throat is completely clear all morning, all weekend. And then, of course, as soon as I go to start my live, it feels like I have a frog in my throat. Good morning, Brenda. Thanks for everyone for joining. Oh, Betty's saying no hydro at church this morning, so she gets to watch me live. Well, I'm sorry that you have no hydro at church, but I'm happy that you get to watch live. I know you always try and catch the replays. Thank you for sharing, Shirley. Good morning, everybody that's just joining. Beth is enjoying a beautiful sunny morning with no power. Okay, so I'm not sure what areas are having no power. I'm hoping ours stays on. um, Oh, good morning, Alia. Good morning, Keisha. Alia says I look like a ray of sunshine with my yellow hairband. I guess it's hard not to look like sunshine when you've got a bright yellow hairband on your head. And this is a sign of, 2-day-old hair, which needs to be washed. But anyway, that's for another day. I hope you guys are all doing well. Good morning, Deborah from Minnesota. Thank you for joining. Oh, so many friends joining this morning. Always makes me so happy. I feel like we have like a little get together every Sunday morning. So I'm just going to take a big swig of my coffee and then we're going to get started. Good morning, Shams. Oh, Beth has not had power since yesterday at 3 p.m. Wow, that's a really long time to go without power. I hope that you are managing okay. Okay, so I'm going to introduce myself for those that are watching for the first time, and then I'll tell you what we're doing. I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm Zara Premji. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Markham, Ontario, Canada. And every Sunday morning, I do what we call coffee and a card. Paper crafting. And so I always try and make at least one card. Today we're actually going to be making 8. And really my purpose for being here is to just share the joy of card making, entertainment, connection, for us to be able to kind of gather together virtually and enjoy some chatter and crafting. So thank you to those of you that are joining repeatedly. I really appreciate you always making the time to be here. And for those of you that are joining for the first time, thank you for being here. And I hope that you enjoy this morning. And please do let us know in the comments below that you're watching for the first time. Okay, I'm seeing some comments, some observations that my coffee cup and my hairband match. I promise you that was not planned. I actually bought this hairband on Black Friday. It finally arrived this past week, and Amelia wore it yesterday. My daughter Amelia wore it yesterday, and I loved it on her. So I was like, I think I'm going to wear it today. So that was not planned, but I really like yellow. Mm. So who's drinking coffee this morning? Who's got coffee, tea, something else interesting to drink? I hope that you're enjoying that. So let me tell you what we are going to be doing today. I don't know about all of you. I did post on my Facebook page yesterday. I was asking if people are mailing out holiday cards and if people are making them themselves. And I had lots and lots of comments, people that were making 20, 40, 60. I think there was one that had like a total of 80 or something like that. And I was asking if they were going to be hand making them, and lots of people said that they were. So I love that. I think handmade cards, particularly around the holidays, is just such a lovely gesture. So what I'm going to be sharing today is a hack for making 8 quick and easy holiday cards, actually 8 quick and easy cards using just one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. Now, the ones that I'm going to demonstrate for you are not actually Christmas cards, but if you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you 8 Christmas cards that I made using one layout, one sheet of 12 by 12 paper and some cardstock, and then of course your ink and your accessories. So are kind of in this, if you're like a last minute Lucy like I am and you need a whole whack of Christmas cards, then I'm going to show you a really easy layout that you can use to be able to mass produce a bunch of Christmas cards so that you can get them out this year. And if you've already got all your Christmas cards, kudos to you. If you've got them all out, sorry, I should say, kudos to you. And hopefully this is a layout that you can use to make a bunch of birthday cards, or just for some inspiration to be able to use up your pretty pattern paper. So let me just look at some of the comments. Heather's saying it looks like it would match crushed curry. Yeah, I think I kind of have like a bit of a crushed curry or even like a bumblebee feel going on here, I think. Shirley's on coffee number 4. Shirley, it's like 10 o'clock. Oh my goodness. Are you like jittery? I would be totally jittery. Sandy's got her coffee. Shams has coffee number 2. All right, friends. Okay, I'm getting called Tiger Cat Girl. Janice, I don't know if I want to ask you to tell me more about that in the comments. Or if maybe this is a private message type of thing. All right, so what do I want to share with you? I have some announcements. And oh goodness, I'm missing some things. I'm a little bit of a hot mess this morning. Does anybody watch Formula One racing? Because just as I was going up to get ready for my live, the F1 race that kind of determines everything, like who's going to win the world championship, was like just ending as I went up. And my son and my husband have been following it quite closely. My son is a huge Lewis Hamilton fan, and full disclosure, I didn't know who Lewis Hamilton was until like just a couple of weeks ago. And so anyway, the race just ended. He was not happy with the outcome, but I'm curious if any of you are F1 fans or Formula One. Oh, Tiger Cat football Grey Cup today. Ah, okay. All right. I thought there was something about me that made you think of Tiger Cat. So anyways, yeah, so I am just gathering all my stuff. I'm going to flip the camera down. We're going to chat really quickly, and then we're going to get started with some crafting. So please continue to comment. I should say, oh, I have to announce our winner. So every Sunday, I'm trying to pick a winner to win the card that I've made last Sunday. So last Sunday, I made this card here using the Season's Blessings stamp set and one of our new designer series paper. And all I ask is that you share the video. So if you like what you're seeing, just share it with your networks, and then make sure that you comment below that you've shared it. Okay. And then I can so what happens is I can see actually that it's been shared a number of times, but if you don't comment below that you've shared it, then I don't always know, because sometimes Facebook's privacy settings prevent me from seeing who's actually shared. So last weekend, it said that it was shared 9 times, like there were 9 different shares, but there were only 3 or 4 people that commented that they had actually shared it. So I was only able to put 4 people into the drawing. So I did draw a winner from the 4 that we had, and the winner is Gail Bueller. So Gail B, you have won this card, which I will be sending to you in the mail. And if you could just send me a message with your address, then I'll know where to send this to. And so anyone that shares the video today, you will be entered into a drawing. And I'm making 8 cards, so I do need some of them. So I can't give away all 8, but I will be raffling off 2 of them. Okay, so I'll be sending out 2 cards, picking 2 winners. So just share the video and make sure that you comment below that you've shared. And now I'm going to flip the camera down and we're going to get started with some crafting. Okay, good morning, Barb. Okay, look away for a second while I fiddle with my camera. Oh, goodness, that was not good. Okay, so let's tighten this. I have this desk light that sits on this low wall in front of my space, and it fell right now and almost landed in my coffee. And that would not have been good. Okay, so let's chat. First things first, we have a new catalog coming out. I literally just took this one out of the plastic, and I have ordered a bunch of catalogs to be mailed to me. So if you've placed an order with me within the last year, you will automatically be getting a catalog and a celebration brochure in the mail. If you have not placed an order with me in the past year and don't have a demonstrator and would like one and live in Canada, I know that's a lot of criteria, please do let me know, and I would be more than happy to send one in the mail to you. Okay, so that's something that I would send in the mail to you. And anyone that's placed an order with me this past year will automatically get one for free. The next thing is we have the All-Star Tutorial Bundle for this month, which is December's tutorial bundle, and it's featuring the Bloom Where You're Planted suite. And last Wednesday, I showed a fun step fold card, and that's this one here, and I had made a different version of it with different products. And so on my blog, you can see that I've got more photos and supply lists and some measurements for this card here. But we've also got another different project that's not on my blog that I made for our All-Star Tutorial Bundle. So if you place an order with me that's $50 or more this month using my host code, which is right here, then you will get this tutorial bundle emailed to you for free. If you are on my team, you automatically get that. So if you purchase the starter kit and have joined my team, then you will automatically get that for free, or you can purchase it outright for $19.50, and there are more details on that on my blog. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is what we're doing today. So we're going to be featuring some brand new product. This is one of my favorite suites in the new catalog. It's called Artfully Composed. And just a little spoiler alert, we will be playing with some of these products at my upcoming stamp camp, which is on January 23rd. So I'll post a link in the description where you can actually get more information about stamp camp. I'm going to be partnering with my buddy in upstate New York, Jamie Babarzi, and we are going to be putting together a fun day full of paper crafting, product demonstrations, prize patrol, lots of other goodies and surprises. This is an event that I would say is good for anyone, whether you're a demonstrator or just, kind of you like to craft on your own and you're not a demonstrator. It's really for anyone. And a lot of demonstrators have attended this event and love to use the projects in their own classes, and you're absolutely okay to do that. So we make 10 different cards, 5 featuring one stamp set and 5 featuring another. So you kind of get to use 2 different stamp sets and kind of just get lots of inspiration for each. So if you are interested in more information for Stamp Camp, that registration is open until the very beginning of January. Okay, friends, so here's what I'm going to show you. We're going to make 8 cards today using 1 piece of pattern paper. And then some additional things that you'll need your card bases. So if you're making 8 cards, you'll need 4 sheets of cardstock, okay, which we're going to cut and score into our card bases. And then you need your white cardstock or whatever you want to layer on top of it. And I just need 2 because I'm going to get 4 out of each. And then whatever cardstock you need for stamping your sentiments, okay? So for the purposes of today's crafting show, I've already done some of that pre-cutting, and I will show you. Oh, thank you for sharing, everybody. I appreciate you all. Good morning, Sadie. Thank you for sharing. Oh, thanks, Janice. Yes, Janice has attended a few of my stamp camps and says they're always fun. So thank you for sharing that, Janice. They really are a really fun day. They're kind of like a card class on steroids, I guess you could say. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you, and tell me if you already have this suite, or if you are, once I'm done the cards, if you are in love with it as much as I am. I love anything tropical. I think I love it even more right now because I haven't gone on a vacation in so long. So I am like craving anything tropical. And so this suite speaks to me. And I can't show it to you inside the catalog yet because the catalog hasn't been launched, but I will definitely be showing lots to you once the catalog goes live. So you can see I've already got my pieces of white cardstock cut. I've got my card bases cut, and then I've taken my designer series paper and I got 8 sheets out of one 12 by 12 piece. And the measurement for this is 5 1/4 by 3 inches. So you can actually cut 2 long strips that are 5 1/4 inches, and then you get 4 from each. So that's how you get 8 pieces of designer series paper from that. And then I've got my sentiments. So I've already got my, I just cut some pale papaya. So if you look closely at this paper, in the background, there's this little design here, and I believe it's pale papaya. So that's where I pulled this color from, and I just thought it was a nice contrast to the green card bases. And then I also used, I should probably show you the bundle. So this is called Artfully Layered, and it comes with the Tropical Layers dies, and I just want to show you one die that I used to cut a border. Now this is not it's not necessary. Hold on, where did that border die go? Fascinating. It's missing now. Oh no, there it is. Okay. So the Artfully Layered Bundle is a cling stamp set. There are 8 stamps in here. There's some images and then some really cute font sentiments. And then there are coordinating dies. So some of the dies will cut out the images that you see here. And then we've got some other detailed dies. Then there's also this really fun border die. Now this is not, this step is not, it's optional. You don't have to do this with your card, but I just loved the border die. So I'm using that on my card as well. And Elizabeth saying she loves mass producing cards. It's so satisfying when you complete a stack. Yes. And so I'm actually going to be making 7 cards with you today. One of them is already made. And so I think I'm going to be pretty happy with all of that when it's done. So these are the border dies, and I just die cut them from a piece of Evening Evergreen cardstock. Again, everything is very easily modified. And so it's very, very easy to do. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how I did my sentiments. So I love to heat emboss. And so I'm going to heat emboss 1 in black for those that have not done heat embossing before, just so that you can see how it all works. And I'm using the Happiest Birthday Wishes. So I always find when I am participating in a card swap, which I do often with my community of team members, we do card swaps every month. And so I find that it's always helpful to grab a layout where I can use a bunch of different pieces from one designer series paper. So that helps to reduce, me having to use a whole whack of product. And then I like to just mass produce them. So this is good. This is a good technique if you are doing swaps, or like I said, you just need to get a bunch of Christmas cards done, or you want to have a stash of birthday cards ready to go for the upcoming year. So I am making a bunch of birthday cards. Okay, so this I've just poured the black embossing powder on here. My black I don't have in a little container yet, which is why I'm just using this tray. And I'm just going to heat emboss this. I won't do this 7 times, I promise. Sadie loves heat embossing. Yes, and I love heat embossing in black. Like the black just looks so sharp against the pale papaya. So I'm interested in hearing what you all think of it once it's all done. So I'm just waiting for my heat tool to get hot. Okay. So that is my sentiment, and I just put it on a piece of cardstock, which I cut to measure around my sentiment. So when I did my original ones, I just measured how kind of big the sentiment is, and that's how I decided what rectangle to use or what rectangle size to cut. So if you have dies, you can absolutely use die cuts or punched shapes to stamp your sentiment. I just wanted to keep it simple, and I just used some cardstock. So I've got all of my sentiments here. So this is one hack for when you are mass producing cards, is get all of your parts and pieces ready to go, okay? So rather than making each card individually over and over again, it helps to just have all of your parts and pieces ready and then do one step multiple times and then move on to the next. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score all of my card bases. Sorry, I'm going to burnish all of my card bases so that I have these ready to go. So Shirley's saying she's used all the colors but not black. Oh, a few people are saying that they haven't tried black. They'll have to get their hands on some black. Sadie, the black was actually retired for a while, and then it came back again this year. So I was super happy because the black looks really good. I think stamping in black ink is always nice. It always looks good, but when you add black embossing to it, it's just like gives it some wow factor. So do one step each time. So I'm just going to, I hope that you guys don't get bored seeing me make 8 of the exact same card, but really hope this inspires you to go ahead and mass produce. You don't have to do fancy layouts. You can just kind of do something simple and repeat it. And anyone that receives any of your cards is going to love it. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to add my border die to this designer series paper. So I'm doing that by just adding a strip of adhesive, and I'm just using my Seal Plus. And I'm just going to do that and move it over and just keep doing that. Good morning, Darlene. Thanks for saying hello. All right, so we are going to continue. We are making 8 cards. Well, one of them is already made because that's my sample, which I didn't even show you guys. Does anybody want to see the sample? I'll wait till some of you comment and then I can show it to you, or you can wait and be surprised at the end. And we always go with majority. And that's with me counting to the best of my ability because I'm multitasking here. So tell me in the comments if you'd like to see the card. It's got adhesive all over my paper. Let's tuck that behind so that doesn't show and stick this down. Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay, you guys want to see it? All right, hold on. Let me stick this one down. You guys are all very similar to me. Like I don't love waiting. I don't love surprises. I found out what I was having with all 3 of my pregnancies. So here's the card. So you see how it's a really simple layout. I am going to show you one with a die cut leaf, just so that you can kind of see if you wanted to add a little bit of pizzazz, but it's a really pretty card and you can zhuzh it up as much as you want. You can simplify it a little more. It's got some of the new white frayed ribbon and I just think it's a really fun layout. And if you are making a bunch of cards and you want to keep your layouts relatively simple so that it doesn't take you hours and hours. I think there's a time and a place for fancy cards, but I feel like everyone seems a little starved for time these days, and so you just want quick and easy. So tell me what you think of the card. Maybe I'll leave it on the surface here for those that join in late. Yeah, the border die is so cute. I find that we're coming out with more border dies in our die sets, which is really fun. It's just a fun way to add detail to your cards. But again, if you don't have the dies or you don't have the die cutting machine, then you can do it without, or you can just even cut a strip of cardstock. Okay, so now we've got that done. And maybe I'll see if my liquid glue wants to come out to play this morning. And we will stick it down now onto the white card layers. Do you guys feel like you're having like seeing something on repeat? Because I'm doing it over and over again. Yeah, my glue doesn't want to come out. Let's see. Okay, I think we're going to just have to use the Stampin' Seal, which is fine. I love it. I think liquid glue would go a long way with this, especially if you're mass producing. I'm just lazy to try and fight with mine right now. So now I'm just sticking these down onto the white card layers. You don't even need the white card layers. You could just stick this directly onto your card base if you wanted. I just liked the contrast of the white against the Just Jade card base. All right, so let's do this one. Cindy adds set to shopping cart. Oh goodness. Sorry, not sorry. It will make your life so happy. Okay. So tell me in the comments, do you consider yourself more of a simple card maker or do you like to do more stepped up cards? Whoops. There we go. I think I would say I'm more of a simple card maker. I like to add a little bit of detail, but I don't like cards that take me more than 10 minutes to make because then I feel like I could have made so many more cards in that time. Although when I have, a special card to make, like if I'm making a birthday card for my children or, um, just like when it's for someone that I feel warrants like a specific card, then I will zhuzh it up a little more or maybe do a fun fold. Okay, Shirley likes both. Betty likes harder cards. Joy, do you mean like if you make a really fancy card, you lose interest, or were you referring to something else? Okay, last one. I think I will need to get my liquid glue actually, because now I'm going to stick these onto the card bases and I'm worried that I'm going to run out of adhesive. So bear with me for 1 second. And I should have timed this because I think it would be really interesting to know how much time it took to make all of these cards. All right, just going to use a new glue. So Sonia's saying she likes both, but adores making 3D and mini albums right now, making 4 mini albums in a box. Wow, that feels like it would take really long. At least it would take me very long. How long does each mini album take, Sonia? Let me grab my log here. So again, just another little hack when you are using liquid glue and you want things to stick down or just kind of set in place, then just put like something heavy on top of it. So I'm just using my clear block, my larger clear block. I'm just gonna put it like using it like a paperweight. Okay, so just adding all of these on. So for those of you that joined a little late, I am going to show you 8 Christmas cards using the same layout. So I pulled out one of our papers from the holiday catalog, and I used my Christmas to Remember stamp set, and I made 8 holiday cards that are ready for mailing. And it's using a similar layout, but the cards look completely different from these ones, I should say. Good morning, Kathleen. Okay, so Sonia's saying each mini album takes 4 hours. Now that sounds like a lot of time, but it sounds like it would be a beautiful gift that's made with so much love. So Sonia, you'll have to send me pictures of them when they're done. Sound lovely. Or you can post them in the Facebook group. So once in a while, so I would love to see more of it, but we do have like a community Facebook group, and in there, people will sometimes share photos of their projects or ask questions, or it's a fun little community to be a part of. So I'll include a link above that you can use to join that. Okay, so we've got this done. So see how fast these are coming together. Now all we need to do is add our sentiments. And so I'm going to add a little bit of the white frayed ribbon. So I want to show you something fun that you can do with this ribbon, but I'm also going to just make sure I've cut it to the right size. I want to make sure that it's a little shorter than the length of the sentiment. Okay. So I'm going to cut these, and then I'm going to show you one thing that I love to do with some of our ribbons. And this one is beautiful. I think it's unlike any ribbon we've had before. It's called, I think it's called white frayed ribbon. Yeah. And it's just beautiful and so soft, and it is thick. It's, I think it's 7, 8, or 3/4 inches thick. So it's, a thicker ribbon, but you can cut it down. There's lots of fun things you can do with this. So you can cut this down. I'm going to just cut my 7 pieces. We're almost there, friends. Sorry I didn't do this in advance. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And one more so that I can show you something fun. Okay, so we'll do one more. And the size of this one doesn't really matter. Okay, so we've got our frayed ribbon. Good morning, Nicole. Okay, so we did this with one of the other ribbons. It always does this to me on a Facebook Live. There we go. So you can pull one of the strands of your ribbon and you can just keep pulling till you get these individual strands. And because it's so thick, you can split that up and make a big mess on your desk like I'm doing. And then if you want just sort of this like spray of ribbon, you can just put it behind your sentiment like that. And then, give it a little haircut so that it looks a bit neater. But I just thought that was I always love when you can do different things with ribbon. And with this ribbon, you can also color it using our Stampin' Blends. And so it's just so versatile because you can make it any color you want. So let's now do our sentiments. So I'm just going to take a strip of adhesive. And remember, the same step, do it multiple times, okay? So I'm just going to put all of my adhesive onto here first. Oh, work with me here. I find when I press too hard on my Stampin' Seal that it kind of rips the cardstock. So just if you have this struggle, don't press too hard on it. Okay, and then we've got our last one here. Okay, so then I'm going to take it and I'm going to just set it onto the ribbon here. And I've got two sentiments stuck together. Okay, so I am just going to stick them down here, and I'm doing it this way so that I can see where the ribbon is relative to the sentiment, okay? So it's always better to flip it over and see where you'd like it. I'm all hands today. Okay, there. So this for sure would take, I would say, under an hour to assemble once you've got your pieces cut out. And I would say even to get all your pieces ready would probably take you, I don't know, maybe half an hour. So the total amount of time would not be that long to make these cards. All right, so now we are going to put some dimensionals on here. And again, doing the same thing over and over. Do you guys mass produce cards or do you tend to do one at a time? All right, just doing all of these. I suppose I could have made some in advance, but hopefully you guys are just enjoying watching the repetition. I find sometimes doing repetitive things can be very calming for me, so it almost puts me in a little bit of a meditative state. So when I'm like, heat embossing multiple things at once or die cutting or that kind of thing, I love the repetition. I love not having to think. I love that I can switch off my brain for a short time. And okay, friends, we're almost done the cards. Can you see how fast this is going? Okay, so Betty does one at a time, except Christmas cards. And Allison says, I do one to work out kinks and then mass production is the goal. Yes, work smarter, not harder. For me, at least, I find it harder to do one at a time especially when I need multiple cards. So, and Betty mass produces the Christmas cards, is that right? Okay. I'm not going to stick all of these on yet because I did want to show you one with a die cut leaf. So I'll save that for the last one. But we are just moving through this. And one of the things that I love doing with when I've mass produced a bunch of cards is also gifting them. So for teachers' gifts, I love to just put like 5 or 6 cards in one of our acrylic boxes and decorate the box and give that as a gift. And I have gotten so much feedback from teachers who say, "Oh my goodness, I love that." I tend to do more like usually birthday and thank you cards for teachers because I find that they often, I mean, who doesn't need cards, right? So, okay, so this one, I'm going to take this palm leaf here, and I die cut this from our gold metallic specialty paper. So we have a paper pack, it's 6 by 6, and it's rose gold and gold. Come on out, liquid glue. Oh my goodness, okay. I gotta make sure not to put my arm over here because I've got a big blob of glue on my grid paper. Okay. So I'm just adding a little bit of liquid glue. You could also use the adhesive sheets, which makes it super easy to stick down our detailed dies. Okay. So that's just to add a little bit of sparkle to it. Just going to clean up this glue from my desk surface. And then I can take this one. So Darlene saying, I do both. I do love mass producing, especially at Christmas or when making treat holders for the residents in my assisted living place where my parents live. That's so nice. What a lovely thing to do. Okay, so there you go. There's one with the palm leaf. Actually, I want this a little lower. Let's see if, no, I can't reposition that. So that's it with just the palm leaf showing in the background. And so we've got a bunch of cards that are ready now to just add some embellishments. And I chose to use the black dots for this one, the matte black dots, just because I found they looked really nice with the black heat embossing. So we're just embellishing and then we're all done. And then I'm going to show you the Christmas cards that I made using the same layout. And they're pretty simple. They're pretty simple cards, but I feel like I don't have the time to mass produce fancy cards. So just using my take your pick tool, which is my go-to for picking up gems from the sheets. Okay. We're almost done. So fast and easy. And I've got 8 birthday cards ready to go. Janice French is saying, I wondered if the dots would come out to play. Yeah, you know me well. Of course they were going to come out to play. I love the black dots. I love that they give cards a real kind of modern feel. Don't get me wrong, I do love sparkle, but I felt like the black dots would just pop on here. Okay, and then the last one, and then we are done. We're done, friends. How long was that? How long have I been live? It's 10:43 and I didn't really start till 10:10 probably. So like 35 minutes, I would say. So now we've got a stash of gorgeous, simple cards. What do you think? I'll let you look at that for a second while I tidy this up. 30 minutes, yes. Right, Shirley? 30 minutes. So let's see, I'm just going to stop and read some of the comments. So Janice loves doing both, work out the kinks and then full steam ahead, especially at Christmas. Yeah. So if any of you don't already have all of your Christmas cards made, or you're like me where you start to send them out and you're like, oh wait, I need a few more, then this is hopefully a really good layout to help you get those done in a short amount of time. And you could do them while you watch TV. So I don't know if any of you are currently watching Yellowstone, which is on tonight, but you know, while you're enjoying a show, you can also just assemble. So this is something I love to do in front of the TV. So thank you so much. I'm glad that you like them. Are you guys ready to see the Christmas cards I did? I'm going to show you one other similar layout, and this is using the ribbon frayed like this, and I did the black palm leaf on here, but it's a very similar layout. I just used a different sentiment and I used a die cut for it. But you can just see the variation and how you can make a variety of different cards using one layout. So let me move these and then I will show you the Christmas cards. And don't forget to share the video if you'd like to be entered in to win one of these 2 cards. Okay, so I'm going to be sending out 2 cards in the mail. So if you share the video, make sure you comment below that you've shared it, and I will enter you in for a drawing, which I will announce next Sunday morning. So hang on, and I will show you the Christmas cards. So for these Christmas cards, I used this designer series paper, which is called Sweet Stockings, and I really have not used this sweet enough. If you're a pet owner, pet lover, if you just love animals, then this is definitely a great paper pack to have. And it's great because it's got some that are Christmas themed, but then also it's got these patterns on the back that are really versatile and can be used year round. And so I just thought that it was a really fun paper to use. So here are my cards. These are even simpler. I don't have any border dies on these. And I use the Christmas to Remember stamp set. Pardon me. And I use the matte decorative dots and just use the sentiment that says have a holly jolly Christmas, and I heat embossed it in white. So this is, again, same layout, just using a whole different set of products, but really cute and fast and easy cards. So there you go. I didn't use any of the animals on here. And I kept it really simple and used one of the patterns that I really liked in the paper. So tell me what you think. They're cute, right? So simple, so easy. The dies are from the seasonal labels dies. These are also in the holiday catalog and part of the same suite. Or sorry, not part of the same suite. They coordinate with there are, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have even started this. There are 2 stamp sets in the Painted Christmas suite, Christmas to Remember, and then I can't remember the name of the other. And then it's got these seasonal label dies, which coordinate with the other stamp set. So just don't even mind that I went there because I might have confused everybody now. So I'm glad that you guys like them. I was really happy with how they turned out. And believe it or not, I made these this morning. So I had an idea in my head when I was going to bed last night. I woke up at 7:30, and I made these in under an hour, and then I cut and prepared everything that I needed for these ones. So when you have a sense of what you're going to be doing with your layout and you just prep all your materials, it doesn't take long at all to be able to make the cards. So I'm so glad that you guys like them, and I hope that these have inspired you. If you do try this layout and make a whole whack of cards, please share with me. I always love seeing what everybody has made, and I'll just display these one more time so that you can see. I'm going to just check the comments one last time. Excuse me. Allison, this is, if you're asking about the Christmas cards, this is Pool Party. So these are Pool Party, and there's actually a little bit of Pool Party in the designer series paper. I think that's what you're asking about, or if you're asking about this, it's just Jade. So I didn't use mint macaron today, although I love it. All right, so lots of people saying that they seem to like the cards. I'm glad you like them. Remember, if you share the video, I will be entering you into the drawing to win. If you have any questions or if there's anything that I can help you with, please don't hesitate to reach out. I hope you all have a fantastic week ahead, and I will see you back here on Wednesday evening, pardon my voice, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.